times 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. in the newsroom. You can't afford to miss it.
Yes, you can't afford to miss it. You are welcome to yet another edition of this program in the newsroom. My name is Abiodun Olalere. Today's edition may take a new dimension. You should understand the mood in town today. The Supreme Court in Abuja today affirmed Ademola Adeleke of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) as the elected governor of Osun State. And that will be our first topic. And we also expect to receive a phone call from Mr. Governor himself on this program. So that was why I said he's going to take, it won't be the normal schedule, but everything is just to make you happy and of course to get you better informed as far as that judgment is concerned. And with me in the newsroom this afternoon, we have Smollett Adito Sisitola. You are welcome.
Thank you very much.
Sir Fadipe is also in the newsroom. You are welcome.
Thank you, the two dears.
Okay.
You're welcome.
But his own is Abodunde.
It's also
Abodunde. Okay.
It's a beard.
You know better. Yes, so we are expecting Mr. Governor to speak with us shortly on this program. Then we'll also take a look at the minority caucus of the incoming 10th House of Representatives, which has 7 opposition political parties. Those opposition parties are mocking the ruling APC over the disaffection on the choice of candidate for the speakership. The party, the APC, has endorsed Tajuddin Abbas from Kaduna State Northwest as the choice of his party. But the report we are getting from that from the House of Representatives member-elect, that report is not in tune with the position of the political party. So the opposition party is not in tune because of the APC. So the opposition party is already mocking, and they are also saying we may have to take over the leadership of that chamber from you. So those are the 2 issues we are taking a look at on today's edition of this program. You are welcome once again. Let me start with Sir. Why are you expecting this judgment? Let's start with the Supreme Court judgment. Well, why are you expecting the judgment to go the way it has gone?
In terms of law, I had a tabula rasa mind, because legal judgments could go either way. But in terms of my personal feelings, I expected it. I expected it because of what happened during the last election. The last elections showed us that even if any judgment were to favor Adegbo Igawitola, things would not have been rosy with this state. We would have had a turbulent 4-year period if he had to win. So, with the House Assembly being populated by PDP, I don't know how Igawitola is going to come in and perform any wonders. Alright, you're about to say something. I'm not for him, I'm done. I'm not talking about me. I'm to come back, they're not there. So to win would have been very difficult. Then for Osun State, the ruling was a good thing for Osun State. Because Osun State, the applicants would have been toppled a little bit. And would have had some turbulence, no matter how little it is. But now as it is, I think we have peace in Osun State. And the ability can go on ruling and do what you have. Then, the third thing I want to mention here is, Adeleke had done what the people wanted. He has started what the people wanted. This short period that he was, he has started what the people wanted. So, how do you expect anybody to now have a change of leadership and be happy about it? No, it wouldn't have happened. So that's why I said, if any judge is ruling at all, you have to look at the people as well as the law itself. So that's why I welcome this ruling.
Were you also expecting it?
Well, I was expecting it for sure, because I started expecting it when the last elections were held. I'm not a lawyer, but in law there is something they call the law of consequence. There is no judge who will not consider that when he's taking a decision. The law of consequence will tell you what how will the decision or the judgment affect the people? If you didn't want wahala in Osun, you needed to find some of the legal ends that will make you give it to Demola Adeleke. Secondly, what the People's Democratic Party had since the 25th of February demonstrated that they are in charge of Osun State. They won the presidential poll. They took 3 senators or senatorial seats. They took them all. 9 House of Representatives seats. They took it. 25 out of 26 at the State House of Assembly. What else do you want? How else would you define somebody who is in charge? The party is in charge.
That may look sentimental.
Yeah, no. I started by saying the law of consequence.
Okay, law of consequence.
The law of consequence. There is no judge who will not look at the law of consequence. If these people if there had been no elections and the PDP had not had this dominant rule, then you could say, okay, you could still be hoping that APC will win. But they have defeated them hands down. The PDP had defeated them. So I knew the die had been cast.
Look, let me try and read a little bit of the judgment. The Supreme Court on Tuesday set aside the appeal by Adigbo Igaritola of the All Progressive Congress APC, challenging the election of Ademola Adeleke of the People's Democratic Party as Osun State Governor. The Apex Court, in its judgment read by Justice Emmanuel Agim, also upheld the appeal court's judgment, which upheld the election of Adeleke as the state governor. The Apex Court held that the appellant failed to adduce enough evidence to prove his allegation of overvoting in the July 16, 2022 governorship poll. The judgment is affirmed and adopted by the entire 5 members of the panel. According to all the members of the panel, the appeal lacks merit. So there was no dissenting voice. What is the implication of that, sir?
Yeah, no dissenting voice means we are winning majority. And that shows you that everybody was agreed on the fact that the case is closed. Sine qua non. No case at all. Ochola cannot now say that it was a
there is no minority evidence.
You cannot even say that he had been shoveled out of the whole government. No, everybody agreed that Ochola didn't have merit in this case. And that's
his case.
His case lacks merit. So what do you have to say again? Case closed.
But if we look at the position of the first tribunal that re-awarded figures, would you say what is the implication of that? Let me start from that.
For sure, they were overvoting. For sure, the first we got it from the evidence that was brought. Yes, they were overvoting, or there was overvoting in certain places. This is Nigeria. You just have to admit that. But perhaps it was not. How do they put it in law? Yeah, there's something they always say.
Not enough to affect
they have
not significant enough.
Yes, they have substantial enough, yes. So this is it. In that judgment, because evidence, people were brought in to give evidence, and in appellate court and Supreme Court.
Just one person.
Whatever it is, they are entitled to it. They may decide to bring only one, but you don't have that similar case at an appellate court. They just look at it and from what your legal representative. Yes. So, to some extent, you will say, okay, but then, for sure, what has come out finally, there's no dissension. In fact, at the appeal court, there was no dissension.
It was also overruled.
So when Sawyer said the case lacked merit, this is what it means. 5 justices at the Supreme Court, 3 at the, is it 5 at the appeal court? How many were they? There were 3 at the first time. I think 5 in in the appeal.
Let's leave the figure. Let's just.
And then you see, the most interesting aspect of it is that there was no dissenting view, and these are all justices of either appeal court or the Supreme Court. And so they are supposed to be senior judges.
Okay, now, Sir, when we have this kind of judgment by a lower court, and it turned out to be what it is now, the Court of Appeal, the Supreme Court, rubbish in quote, the judgment of the first tribunal, shouldn't there be implication? Should we, I mean, so that because some people believe that that judgment was not just fair, even from the beginning.
The first judgment.
No, in law, it doesn't really work out that way. When you give a judgment in law, and another court upturns your judgment, it doesn't leave you off course. It doesn't take you off what you are doing.
What about the Buga sentence?
No. The Buga sentence. Even the Supreme Court now said that. Let's leave that out.
The Court of Appeal.
So let's leave it out, because in any judgment, the judges they have the right, especially the verdict. They have the right to put in whatever they want to put. People are saying that they should put this Shakespeare, put this. They can put whatever they want into that thing.
They can also quote to good model.
Yes, but that does not take off the kernel of the judgment. So that is what we should just leave that out. And so as far as I'm concerned, the first court of sitting have done what you had to do. You would have said that based on what facts were presented before him.
But the same facts were presented.
Yeah, the same facts were presented. You can look at from different views. You can interpret from different views. So that's the thing.
They saw the first. I mean, they had people who came to give evidence. But even then, it goes without saying that even there was a dissenting judgment there.
In the first one.
Yes. So you look at the same thing and come to different conclusions. But right now, at the appellate,
is law not the same?
Law is the same, but they call it it's an ass because you can turn it.
Interpretation. You see somebody who has stolen. He stole from you, and you took him to court that he stole from you. You know, you have seen him stealing. You caught him there stealing. The law can prove that he did not steal from you, depending on what facts are presented before the law, depending on the arguments before the judge.
Let's try and look back at 2018 when Oyetola and the same Adeleke, they also slugged it out between, and eventually it got to the Supreme Court too. There was this issue of technicality that was brought in there, that the man or the judge, let me put it that way, who read the lead judgment was not in court on the day that vital information was provided. And I've had the justices of the Supreme Court on this federal presidential case now saying they don't want to entertain any technicality. So it appears as if the judiciary, particularly those in charge of election tribunals, are not so much interested in technicalities. But no longer, yes. But 4 years ago it was not.
No, as it is now, it has just it has already been pronounced that you don't want any technicalities now. Next the election, it comes up. That might come up. In some really not technicalities totally. And in law, technicalities is part of the law itself. When they're supposed to make an appeal within 20 days, and make an appeal 25 days after, a technicality might knock you off. So it's there. That's why I say we are not lawyers. But those who have read the law, who know about the books, know what you can pick out to adduce just to their own cases.
Remember, it was technicalities that brought hope.
Yes. Even Amachi.
Yeah. And you go to the court, what you ask from the court is what you get. So
now there's no any appeal again.
Yes.
And the only place where there's appeal, nobody wants to go there. Now that this case has been finally resolved, what do you expect? Let's start from you. What do you expect from the APC?
I expect the former governor to send a congratulatory message Look, politics is not against personalities.
But Adeleke did not send a little message 4 years ago to
No, that is Adeleke. It doesn't matter. You can rewrite and you can redo. That somebody didn't do that to you doesn't mean. But if you want to be seen as a statesman, you do it, because there's nowhere you can go again to discuss this matter. It is closed
officially.
You can politically, everything.
You can discuss it at Biafra.
That's a discussion. But it doesn't bring you any profit or gain. So since he cannot be governor again for the next 3.5 years, the best thing is to send a congratulatory message to the governor, and then, because as a statesman you still have certain things to do. You can offer suggestions. The things that you did and did it wrongly, you can tell him, so that this state can progress. And the APC on their own part must know that that is the end of the game. Governance has started. Politicking has ended.
Real governance. Real governance.
Yes, for in Osun State it has started. You have to go and do your homework, and for the next 3 years, plan and replan, strategize to take power from the PDP if you could. But without that, there shouldn't be any difficulties. Go and look somewhere.
What words of advice would you also want to give the APC and of course?
First of all, I want to give an advice to the former government. You see, they said that leaders, if you're supposed to be a leader, you're supposed to look at your people and what you govern on as a leader. That's why they say statesmen look at future generation, while politicians look at the next election. And so, as it is right now, the best thing we can do, as Oitola, if he wants to do it, first of all, as Mole said, send a congratulatory message to the governor, the incumbent governor right now.
It's not an incoming.
Incumbent.
Okay. Now, I just wanted
to. I
heard it.
I said incumbent. Now, if for one reason or the other, Adeleke has not done it before, it does not mean that you cannot do it.
Yeah.
I think you must go ahead and do it. That shows you as a statesman. That gives you a leverage with the people if you do it. But if you don't do it again, it seems as if you are still harboring some little disgruntlement, which shouldn't be. Right now, what you should do as of now is to say, okay, you have won. You want this state to move forward. This is my own piece of advice for you. And from time to time, if I have anything that I want to give you as an advice, or to move forward, I'll say it to you. That's the way the state should move on. And if he does that, you can bet that people in this state will give him a pass mark for doing that. That means you are courageous. You're good enough. And for the APC, this is not the time to start any rank corner. This is not the time to start throwing it back to
several press releases or no press statement. That's what they usually call it.
It's not
at times when you look at some of the press statements, you realize that they harbor hatred.
You don't have to harbor hatred. If you really want to govern people, if you really want the state to move forward, this is not the time for hatred. This is how to join hands and.
I believe they will end it, because all that they were doing was being done when politicking was still going on. Even when the matter was in the Supreme Court, it was still politicking. But now, anybody who comes out to write unholy letters,
I think you should have gone beyond politicking. Honestly, the moment the man came in,
or should press statements also have coloration of politics?
No, it should.
A press statement.
What I don't agree is that president will have politicking coloration, but people who are not giving these press statements, like we journalists and some other players, they should refrain from posting things that are not true. Refrain from posting things that are not founded on facts. And so we should refrain from doing that. When we do that, we are separating ourselves more.
No. If politics, they will tell you when you tell us, so that was why I said I think we don't belong to.
Yes, I shouldn't do that. I think we should stop insinuating things that are not there at this moment.
Many of them who write these things are not renowned journalists.
You know some of them who are part of us before.
They have been bought over by politics.
Okay, they are no longer journalists.
Yes, I mean journalists who since who sits down and thinks straight. No. They come up every reasoning.
I call them a name. Political journalists.
Yes.
They are political journalists.
Simple as simple.
In any case, they don't even have any medium they are reporting to. So they
just on the,
they don't follow
online,
ethics.
Yeah, online. Just see anything online.
They have been bought over by the intrigue in politics. But a good journalist or reporter must not be bought over. You balance. They are not ready to balance. So they are.
Well, so I was once a chief press secretary to Governor Osbc. Yeah. Was this the kind of press statement you used to have?
That's a different kettle of fish. You don't compare.
But it was also a democratic system.
Yeah, but you don't compare Akande with anybody, any politician in the state as of today. Akande has a style. His own style is that the truth will prevail.
No matter
what.
What or when.
No matter what or when, truth will prevail. So he always believes that you don't have to answer certain.
You don't have to respond.
You don't have to respond to all the political statements or statement or what do you call it, press statements, releases. You don't have to respond to everything. Just let some things go. I said on this program sometimes that there are some people who came to riot in the Shogbo from afar at the time, and we were in Lagos, and we had to call us in Lagos that don't burst any blood vessel over anything. Let it be. The truth will prevail, and that's it. So you know when he was told to go, did Akande go to court over anything? He didn't.
No, he didn't.
So that's Akande for you, but you can't compare Akande to any other politician here. He has his man is quite different. It's a logical posture. He is a statement. Let me put it that way. He is a statement.
Okay, now, Alamna, what do you expect from Governor Adimola Adeleke from this moment on?
Yeah, he must also forget that politicking. The era of governance is what we are in. You see, if I were in the governor's shoes, I would wait for 2-3 days and expecting the man I have defeated in court to congratulate me. If he doesn't come, if I were the governor, I would just pick my car, get my cigarette, go to his house when we know that he's there. He cannot send you out. So that is what I would have done.
Oyebanji did this similar thing to what was his name?
The
Shegoni.
Okay, Shegun was not even the governor. He got, yes.
Okay, well, but
they were they
contested together, yes. And the Supreme Court also delivered judgment
when he had been declared winner. So it is from both ends. If the defeated can't swallow his pride and come, you be magnanimous. Go there. I don't see anybody stopping the governor from entering anybody's house in Osho State today, unless the person is not in.
No, the person says I don't want to see the governor.
Oh, he has a right. But
he has a right.
That is if you told him
to do that.
Wait, if you phone him and he said don't come, but I'm saying you don't even have to phone him. I have come to visit my
and he's raising a question. What about if the man doesn't want to receive him?
Well, I don't think anybody will want to do that.
Yes, because you are not one of them.
Say that. He may think that the government wants to come and deride him or something.
Yes.
He may say, no, I don't want to see him, and there's nothing anybody can do about that.
Where are they carrying politics to? Outside.
Was it also in 1979-83? At least we remember now, even we are not.
You see, Awolowo. I mean,
don't let us go to 60s now.
Awolowo is in 79.
I mean, the SM Afolabi,
yes,
Bola the SM.
Look,
I mean,
we haven't. You certainly wouldn't have forgotten the fact that Awolowo didn't want to shake hands, and so he put a bandage on his right hand. Right. But 40 something years ago, Nigerians must have grown and outgrown this kind of political
what do you expect from?
Yeah, as of now, I expect governance to start in full earnest. For now, he hasn't a cabinet. For now, but I think he must have penciled down some people.
Yeah.
For his cabinet position.
Then local government administration too.
Local administration is still there too, and what he has been doing that endearing to the people, he shouldn't stop now. They will think that maybe he only did that to bring people near to him, or for the last elections, or for this tribunal, or for this court judgment. But now, what he has started to do, let him continue to do it, so that people will be endeared to him. He still has a long way ahead of him. So he has a lot of job to do. People are expecting so much.
So the
challenges are daunting. So yes, so he has to start governance, real governance right now. Let us see him do that.
Permit me to add one because it affects public interest. The era of coordinating directors must go as soon as possible. There is nothing like that in public service. We can't keep on having coordinating directors. Appoint your permanent secretaries. That is what we have known over the years. So, if you think they are not qualified, bring somebody else who is somebody could be a director. He can be a better permanent secretary. But to have coordinating, it's only in our state that we have something like that. I think
the case of coordinating directors, there's normally which has been kicked off, having exams and
whatever it is you want to do,
whatever you want to do, make sure that it is transparent. Pick people that has to be picked.
Appoint them. You want to see permanent secretaries and not coordinating directors.
That was one of the things he inherited.
I know. No, inherited it doesn't mean it is a bad.
No, it's not a good thing.
Thing.
Somebody want to retire and just as a coordinating director. What do you get paid? What do you get paid? Your gratuity and everything. It's paid on directorship level.
It's never a permanent.
There's nothing like look at when I went to secretariat and I was given the position of a consultant. Do you have consultancy in government service?
In GEO.
It's not there.
If you are brilliant enough and your state wants to send you to Kuru, you must be permanent secretary. That is the law from state. At the federal level, you must be a director. If he's here and he cannot be permanent secretary, what are you?
Okay, but there are other challenges too. Okay.
Oh, there are many, but this one affects. You see, the permanent secretaries are the engine rooms. The new commissioners are coming. Let them come and meet permanent secretaries. Appoint the permanent secretaries first, and let the commissioners come and meet them.
Then all we're talking about now depends on the economy. You know how low the state economy is. In the committee of states.
It's not only Osun.
No. In the committee of states. Don't say it's not only. We are talking about Osun now. In the committee of states, you know what it is.
So it should not appoint.
So no, I'm not saying it should not appoint. It should appoint, but should face the economy squarely now.
Okay, the economy.
Find ways to show up.
He said it from the
onset.
Also that it will block leakages.
Yes, he has to block leakages seriously now. Like politicians, all politicians, either APC, PDP, ABGA, whatever, all politicians are going there to find something
or
labor. They are going there to put something in their mouths.
Reduce the number of
yes.
essays, commissioners.
All these people that he's going to put together, he should find a way to make sure that he has enough money to carry out the day-to-day running of government that will please the people, that will make the people live a better life.
Well, at times, when you listen to some programs on various radio stations, you must have heard some people talking about electricity in one area, a bridge that has been cut off from. In fact, look at what is happening now on Ife, Shekona Ife route, where a big job. Even this very close nearby here, the road leading from Shasha Market here to Osun State University was also cut off, but it has been fixed now. So we have so many of such. What do you think is the role of local government under? Because I remember I once said he will give local government autonomy under the way autonomy under his administration. Do you see him? Because some people will tell you without the funds from local government, state cannot perform effectively.
The question is to
yes. I want to say something. Let me just say something.
Okay.
The autonomy that we're talking about. If you say without the local governments, the state cannot perform, I'm looking at it from this angle. If the local governments are to do what they have to do, the state government will be buoyant. Will live comfortably. It will breathe sufficiently. Yes. But if the local governments are not allowed to do what they have to do, and you keep their money with you, you want to use their money to do what they have to do, how do you know what the local governments need? That will take extra mile for you to find out certain things. So let local governments have their autonomy, and then give a caveat to them. I'm giving you this autonomy now. You don't get your freedom on a platter of gold. Work for it. Any local government that's not performing very well, there might be sanctions on that kind of local government. So please, when you get this money, do what you have to do for your various localities, so that the state government will seem to be working. The local government will seem to be working. Not just to take the money and then you share the money just anyhow. There was a local government in Sometimes when I was selling, that they'll just sit in a room. Once the allocation comes, you just sit there, slash it.
Some people will tell you we are doing the same thing.
He spoke of he's speaking of in the 70s.
So if that time, you imagine what's on now. So I think we must find a way to make sure the local governments are responsible for whatever position they are putting their responsibility. They should be responsible to the localities. They should do what they have to do.
In fact, the more the local government perform, the better it is for the state, because everywhere you go, they will say it is your Male.
That's it.
So the local government must be encouraged to do. You walk across third class roads, and you see the bush, the roads that abandoned. Yes. Two drivers may not be coming in opposite direction.
One driver. How are you going to go through that kind of bushy road?
Nobody does it. There's no PWD. The councils are not even taking care. There's no. Their staff. Yes, KBCs. You go to KBCs. Some of them, they are palaces because nobody is there. They cannot. In those days, they will send about 6 different clerks, maybe level 6, etc. Let them be at KBC taking care of the offices. Today, when you see some KBC's palaces, when you see writing, you see papers, you see correspondence from there, and you begin to shudder. What is happening? So they should take notices of all these things and return the country or the state to the better days of the old. At least manifest what.
Even in most government offices too, there is shortage of.
Yes.
Writing materials.
Even in teaching.
Yes. Writing materials, teaching materials, in teaching too. You don't have that. You go to certain offices and you want to take a piece of paper, they tell you have no paper.
If you empower the local government, they will be able to employ 1 or 2 people. Close your eyes to what they're doing.
To me, I would tell Governor Dike now, whatever I want to do right now, as the state is right now, based on utility, what we need, not what you want, what we need right now to move the state forward is what you do. So don't go ahead trying to be grandiose in whatever you want to do. Do it to the
giant projects.
Yes, projects projects that has giant problems that you're not able to solve. Don't go about that. Just be utilitarian about what you do, so that the local governments will follow your footsteps. They know that it is what we need that we should do. You don't go ahead and start a gigantic project that we cannot finish. And whatever it is that has been left by former administration that Adeke feels is good for the people, let him finish it.
I think he has spoken in that direction that it will complete all ongoing projects that
are useful for the people.
Now, I also want us to talk about it. Well, we mentioned it when we talk about the APC too, the PDP supporters too, PDP members. What do you expect from them now after this?
I said it when you were asking me that question, that I think for now all the PDP supporters should not start jubilating more than necessary. Jubilation have been won. Jubilation, rancorous jubilation.
Okay, rancorous.
Yes, rancorous jubilation. You can sit in your home, have some good food, eat, jubilate in your home, but don't go outside, start taking vehicles, running around, taking bikes, running around, crying that you have
or they should not be attacking.
They shouldn't
If you don't go and do that kind of rancorous jubilation, there won't be any attack. But you go and be rancorous jubilation,
but if you know your party had lost, you also why don't you stay
magnanimous in victory?
You
have to be magnanimous in victory.
Yes.
So this question of taunting them, PDP should not do that. Taunt them. You see us. We told you we will beat you.
You see, when I was talking about taunting the other time, you see what someone is talking about. When I said if Governor Dike goes to anybody's house and that person refuses to take him in, that person will feel, this one is coming to taunt me. I won't want to receive him. It can happen in politics. You might say, okay, when Mawulo said the other time that somebody can speak Hausa like the Ketekete of Sokoto, he would have talked about it that why don't you equate me with people in that way? Why donkeys? Why not tell people? That's the kind of taunting which I believe people should refrain from.
I will not advise the governor to visit the former governor too. Maybe when they meet at public functions, they can exchange greetings.
I said if I
so that some people will not
take it the other way around. Yes.
Turn it to another thing. Because the size of people are bitter about their comment.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and
they should swallow their bitterness.
They should
swallow their bitterness and
know that life continues, no matter what. You win in football now. We have seen several matches that Chelsea had won, several trophies, but things are not so smooth for them these days. But that does not mean the club cannot bounce back.
Okay. Bounce back.
That Adeleke has bounced back is a demonstration of what you.
In fact, the PDP has bounced back in this state.
4 years ago. No, yes. 4 years ago.
No, they were out for 12 years.
No, I'm just even talking Adeleke coming. 4 years ago, he was just like Shoroye. He had almost seen the Oye. And then Abracadabra came in.
Was never crowned.
Yes. So he went back to sit back and then to rejuvenate himself. And
worried that he's leaving government now.
He tried it.
So.
Okay, we want to congratulate Senator Ademola Adeleke on the.
Sorry, Biodu, before we do that, I want to tell him that 4 years, 3.5 years is not too far away. It's just at the back of our head. So you should work hard. You should work hard, looking at the future, looking at the goal. If he, I know he wants to come back again. If he finishes this term, so if he wants to come back again, he should look ahead.
Even if he doesn't want to come back, he should leave good legacy.
Good legacy, even for the PDP and for the people. Yes,
I think the PDP has learned very useful lessons.
I hope the party.
The immediate PDP. Well, because in another 4, 5, 6 years, they will have forgotten.
Because they knew.
Because if some people took note of the struggle of Aregbesola-led government, then APC should not have allowed that to happen.
So
we want to congratulate the governor and want to wish him well. As it has been observed on this program, the challenges are enormous. He cannot afford to fail and disappoint those who believe in him. We wish him well and we also wish him best of luck. So we move to another topic now. We still want to talk about politics. I'm not sure we were able to contact with him. I said we may, but I don't know what is happening over there. You know, I'm in this corner. I'm sure my colleagues over there are also running here and there to ensure that if it is still possible, we will speak with you. And if it is not, there will be another time. Now, let's move to the second topic now. The minority caucus of the incoming 10th House of Representatives, made up of 7 opposition parties, has mocked the ruling APC over the disaffection on the choice of the candidate for the speakership and intend to exploit the loophole to produce the presiding officer of the House. But maybe for the purpose of information, the APC has 179 members elect, while the opposition, all of them, 181. So 2. But if you are to break it down, PDP 144, Labour 35, NNPP 19, APGA 5. Do you see this threat being coming to play?
It is possible, but it may not work. It is a possibility. We have had it before. That's how Senator Salaki became. But whichever way it goes, even if it keeps on remaining, it will still be an APC. They can't bring an opposition person to be speaker. Yes, it doesn't.
But what about if APC is the speaker and they decided to make Labour or PDP?
Yes, that's where they have to be very careful. That's where they have to be very careful. But you see, politics is a very, very interesting game. The APC is doing the needful. And what do I mean? Okay. What I mean is that they are considering where they got greater votes. The Northwest for speakership.
For the speakership.
I know that Wase in the Middle Belt is it's also very strong.
Strong, yes.
But the APC will have to first do the needful, that we allocated speaker to Northwest in view of the fact that they gave us the highest number of votes. If it turns round and Wase wins, Wase is still a member of the APC. They will work things out.
But I know the focus is on the House of Representatives.
Yes.
But we must also look at the situation in the Senate too.
Yeah.
You know, so if APC has, or I would say endorse, if Tajuddin Abbas from Kaduna State is the choice of the party for the speakership. For the Senate president, it is the South, Akpabi. So people in the North-West, or some senators elect, let me put that way, I also say no, it should come to our side.
They will say,
we gave you the largest number.
Yeah, they will say it, but they will also know. Sorry, I will come to you. We'll take over. They will also know that this aspect of it, apart from religion and what do you call it, where does the president, Senate president comes from? The next factor is, where is the region that gives you the highest vote? They will make the noise, but having they succumb to Akpabio, you have also to have the interest of the larger Nigeria.
Yeah, I think to a large extent, what happened during the Saraki regime in the Senate, the APC will not want that to happen again, because it was a very small slip that caused that problem at that time. They were smarted by Kurimadru and Saraki, but for today, I think Ashia Bola Ahmed Tinubu is wiser than that. He wouldn't let that happen. And that's why they kick-started early enough before its inauguration. So what's going to happen now is that the House of Rep, the two number margin that we have there cannot win the speakership for any minority. I will tell you why. All the minority cannot get out. They cannot have a one voice to go on that kind of thing. There will
be lobbying.
That will happen. The APC will not even allow it to happen. The APC will lobby for them to have more on their own side than that two that they're having right now. And moreover, if you see what has been happening between the various parties, some parties have said, okay, we will go to court for over the presidency problem. That is showing you that there have been some moves going on. And so, but what the APC should do right now is to make sure that whoever they're going to bring in there must enjoy the majority of the APC followership too. Because if there's any division within the APC, that might leave room for some.
But we have people like the senator-elect and former governors of our state, Yari, who has Yari that no, yes. I will allow
Yari as Yari
that.
But Yari within the party too, his call will be brought down to come his head, so that he will not be able to say no. Now they find the parties have a way.
So you're optimistic that the party will
solve it.
We sustain this choice.
And it is better at the level of Senate. It is better.
I think to that extent, when it's happening now, you have seen Yari for what he is now. Yari is saying no. If he has not said it and kept quiet and was walking on the ground, that would have turned the whole thing. But now that he has stated what it stands for, I'm very sure that the party will not stand either.
They will tame him.
The strong man in Kano State, Bagua, the man who claimed to have several wives, and because of that, he's a strong man. He's also interested in the speakership.
Dugua is just making his own noise. Dugua is just making his own noise. He knows what he's
looking for.
Yeah, he wants to have a strong standing.
Uses that to negotiate.
Yes, to have a strong standing. That's what he's trying to do. So we all know that if a man comes forward and says, because I have so many wives, I have so many children, therefore I have the right to rule. I mean, what kind of argument is that?
He once demonstrated that on the floor of the house.
But what do you mean? What problem from people? People are just telling me what nonsense is he talking about?
But should you have been allowed to address the?
Did you know what he wanted to say? So how's the thing now? So
and then the skirmishes he had in the election.
Yes.
It's not going to leave. It's going to haunt him one way or the other.
For some time.
So he will make his noise.
He's enjoying Bill now.
So he will make the noise, but at the end of the day, they are likely to tell you. In fact, anybody who has one EFCC Wahala or
yes, he's also inviting Akpabio too.
Yes. I mean, whichever is stronger.
Yes.
I'm not saying, but you know, in Nigeria, the moment they come to power, the matter ends gradually and gradually.
Okorocha did not show interest again.
Okorocha.
Was he badly wounded last time?
Not even badly wounded. He was brutally wounded. Brutally wounded. He descended after him and hunted him and did all that to him. He knew that there are some strongholds in the party that are not for him. So that's why I just receded.
Even INEC withdrew the certificate of return. He got it back through the court.
Yes, but what will happen now is that Okorocha, if I am Okorocha now, I'll just sit back and go and strategize.
It's not even in the.
No, I don't think he's contested.
He didn't the contest.
No, he didn't contest. What I'm saying is that you should just sit back now with all that happened.
He's doing that already.
So sit back, go and strategize.
Some of these things.
He fights and runs away.
The mechanism of our EFCC and what have you would have. Okay. It's possible they will tell him, look, go and sit down. And
the APC is zoning the deputy speakership to the southeast. Do you find that as comforting enough?
You see, I don't want people to just assume that, regional. When you look at, you have also to look at content. What did they bring to the table at the level of election? If everything you did, all the votes went to Labour, you won't expect to have what do you call it? Yes, you cannot.
Obasanjo of the then PDP did not get vote from the southwest.
What did he do? What did he do?
No, he made. What did he do as a?
No, I thought you wanted to tell me that
he did something in the southwest.
He did something to election wise. He zoned Senate presidency to the southeast because southeast was totally for PDP. Let's even say PDP. He zoned it to all the three senators who became Senate president during his. Is it 4? I think they are
about 5.
4 or 5 because each one had 3. The first and the next one had 2. So 3 plus 5.
It was 5.
Yes, each of them came from that region. It was deliberate. It was, but today it doesn't work.
Then the speaker there. The speaker also came from. We have David Mark.
David Mark is from Benue.
Benue is central.
Benue central. But even then, before David Mark came, it was during the second, is it the 5th Senate or so? Their second, Obasanjo's second coming. That was when. No, the third. The third. Yes, they had to shift. It was understandable. Benue, the middle.
So what we are saying in the sense is that the Southeast should not agitate for anything because they did not vote for.
No, they should. If you give them deputy speaker, you have tried.
They will agitate.
They will.
So they will agitate, but it all depends on the party to decide that this is where we have this number of votes from.
Even the Senate leader can come from there.
Can't we have government of national unity?
That's what we have.
Why? Because Alabuman is talking about what you sow, you reap.
Yes, but at the same time, you are giving them positions. It is not just that you must be Senate president. No, at that level, it is still politics.
If we are to look at each personality and the region he or she must have come from, starting from the president, the vice, the senate president, the speaker, and what have you. If we look at what, don't you think the southeast will be getting some 6 or 7 positions if they are not given any of these offices that we have mentioned?
If they are able to get deputy speaker.
The position as deputy speaker is not.
No.
It's this.
You are talking about what you sow, you reap. If you are sowing wind, you reap wind. But the case is not the case right now. If you are what they are in the last election, you see that the southeast.
The deputy speaker should be number 8 or so.
You don't have to count that
the number. No.
This is politics. You first treat the zone. There are 6 zones. 6 zones.
People stood by you.
6 zones. and you didn't vote for me, and you want to pick, you want to pick one of the first 6.
You don't vote for me today, you will vote for me today.
Yeah, that's what you are now having what you have now. If you doesn't put the Southeast as a deputy speaker of the Senate, what do you have of the House of Rep? What do we do?
Look, they can still get
despite their low votes.
The deputy, if they zone deputy speaker to that place, the deputy speaker is also a very powerful position.
Yeah, it is.
You don't have to look at it from the numbering, serialization. Whichever way
from protocol list.
Yes. The vice president comes from the northeast. It is automatic. You can't bring a Senate president from there.
No.
So you look at it in terms of spreading, doing the national spread. It is from there that you begin to look at it. Oh, who voted for this party?
The Labour Party with 35 members elect, appointed or elected a minority caucus leader, the president of Alpha Mogenis, is also in the house today, and is the one mocking the APC. That if you don't put your house in order,
he's playing politics.
Do you see him?
He's playing politics.
Do you see him upturning anything?
Oh, he can't.
It's not.
It's not the first time.
Now he can't be opposition leader because the PDP will have to find.
No, it's even caucus of his party.
The caucus of your party is anybody. Even if you have 10 people, you can be the leader of caucus of your party. He's just.
The SDP also has 2, ADC 2, YPP 2.
Look, when the shift, the push comes to shove, you see that all these ones who are 2 in number, 4 in number, I won't say they will be bought. They will bow. They will bow.
Okay, that is how far we will to go on today's edition of this program in the newsroom. I want to appreciate my guest, Smollett Adetoyese Abodun. Abidemi. I've said everything now.
Okay. Did you put that? Did you put that?
Papa 70. Then let me also appreciate Sanya Fanipetu. That's your middle name.
Your brother.
Yes, my brother.
Yeah.
It's a unique
name. It's a powerful name.
It's a unique
very powerful. No mountain high enough.
You're also a powerful person, but not that one, not that throne, not that of
No. Thank you.
Okay, we see tomorrow. The program will be back by the grace of God. Once again, we congratulate Governor Ademola Adeleke for his victory. His election has been affirmed unanimously by the 5 justices. Congratulations to him, and we're expecting so much also from him. My name is Abiodun Olalere. We'll see some other time. Bye bye.